Hello everyone, my name is Meepmonk, and I am back with a Mistweaver guide for The War Within Season 2. Um, Now, in this guide, I'm going to cover, races, stats, talents, and that's pretty much about it, just enough to get your character set up to where you have the same gear and talents as mine, and, just a brief understanding about what your abilities do and, your most important ones, etc. Now, before I jump into this video, I want to give a shout out to Woes X. He's an insane Mistweaver. He came up with most of the talents and innovated basically this new version of Mistweaver. Which at the start of this season I was kind of doing on Mistweaver until this came out, as well as a lot of substantial Mistweaver buffs. So and again, big shout out to Wozex. And without further ado, let's get into it. So the first thing that I'd like to start off with, it's really simple. Let's say you're on like the character selection screen and you're trying to make your monk. What race do you pick for monk? And there is going to be, I say, 4 races that are going to be the best for Mistweaver Monk. The first one is going to be Night Elf, and this one's primarily good for like arena, not so much solo queue. I would say more like 3 versus 3, because the Shadow Meld allows you to drop combat instantly instead of having to wait 6 seconds without healing your team, which allows you to just meld, sit down, and drink instantly, which is great for recovering mana and being able to go for drinks in 3v3. So if you're Alliance, I would say Night Elf, and if you're looking to play more solo queue, you're not much of a 3v3 player, I would opt into playing Gnome as Gnome Mistweaver. You get a little root break, it can help you move around the map a little bit. Wouldn't say you really so much need it, but then the other thing that you get with Gnome is you get 5% increased mana, so you're never pretty much gonna worry about ooming if you're playing a Gnome. And that is going to be it probably for the races for Alliance. So if you're Horde, I would say Orc is probably going to be your best race, because you get the stun reduction on Orc, really good. You get Blood Fury. Blood Fury is a little intellect buff, but you're mainly focused on playing Orc for the stun reduction. You get out of stuns faster. You simply sit less stuns. So if you're annoyed by sitting a lot of CC, you can spec into Orc Mistweaver, really solid option. Many people play Orc. And then if you're looking for something that's not Orc, because you don't like Orc, whatever, you can play Undead as another option, if you're playing Horde. Undead, you get a Fear Break. It's a 2-minute cooldown, and when you use it, it makes your trinket go on cooldown for 30 seconds, but you can get out of fear pretty much. It's great. Solid racial. And then if you want to be, I don't know, if you want to be like me, you can play a Pandaren. I've pretty much just played Pandaren since I've ever started playing WoW. I've never really switched my race to like min-max or anything, but I think Pandaren is actually not a bad race as like a third option to like all of those races. The Pandaren incap, which is something that you get with playing Pandaren, it's a nice little 4-second incap, and it's great, like imagine you incap one target, Pandaren incap the other target into a double leg sweep on him, or if you want to go for like long CC on the healer, you can incap into a panda incap, into a sweep, into a ROP, and you can take somebody out of the game for a pretty long time. It's I really enjoy playing Pandaren. Or if you have like a rogue that like shadow steps, you can just Pandaren him insta and he can't like stun you or anything. So, yeah, I don't know. I like Pandaren. You also get this cool little food right here. You can use this in Arena. It's pre-mixed pot of noodles. You buy it in, I think, like, Storm Shield, like, the WoD, like, island thing. You buy it off the PvP vendors, and it gives you a nice little 770 versatility, which, let's hit the PvP dummy. It's, pretty good increase. Pretty good amount of versatility you get from that. And you can use that in arenas, and it's only for Pandarens only. So that's some of the benefits of playing Pandaren. So anyways, if I would have to list the races that you should play, for Alliance, we're going Night Elf, and then we're going Gnome, and then for Horde, we're going Orc or Undead, and then a third, if you want to play Pandaren, you can play Pandaren. Pandaren's pretty good. So there we go. That's races out of the way. and I'm going to move into stats and gear. Now, something before I get into like reviewing my gear real quick, I'm just going to say that my armory link is going to be in the description of this video. So if you're watching this video like a month after it came out, obviously my gear is going to be a little different because I have some greens on right now, but that's why the armory link is there. It's going to keep updated with my gear for the whole season, so you can just click that link, see what I'm playing, and you can copy that gear from here. But for the sake of the video, I'm going to review my gear right now. So the talents that you're going to be playing is a lot different from last season, because last season we would play versatility, mastery, and then haste. But this season, since mastery got nerfed in the pre-patch, we're not playing any mastery at all this season. You see, I have a whopping 0 mastery and 0 crit. So all of your stats are going to go into versatility and haste. And now you're going to be like, wait a minute. I remember verse haste back in Dragonflight, and that was with Fistweaver. But this season, we're not playing Fistweaver. We're not going to run in. We're not going to press Tiger Palm, Blackout Kick, and we're not going to do that Brain Dead spam. We're going to be playing Crackle build, but we're going to be playing with haste and versatility. So basically, what you need to know is you want haste, you want verse. You know, it's honestly, it's really simple to gear, actually, because as long as you're picking up 0 mastery and 0 crit, you're doing the right thing, because then you have verse haste. You can see right here on my gear, verse taste hat, verse taste, 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 and then another thing for gearing to know is tier set. What are we going to do for tier set? And the answer to that is simply, you're not going to run any tier at all, because, you know, Blizzard actually made it really easy to gear for Mistweaver because of how trash the tier set is. The tier set is garbage. You're never going to want to spec into it. The only piece of tier I have is this piece of tier, and that's because it specs haste versatility. So I just made it to adhere to the stats that I need. So basically, don't play 2 set. Don't play 4 set unless you're going to play like Battlegrounds or something. I haven't really played much Battlegrounds on Mistweaver this season. But yeah, that's hold on. I have to, my cat is like knocking stuff over. I had to let my cat out of the room. Okay. But yeah, pretty much don't play tier set. It's the only tier piece that you should have. If you're gonna play arena Battlegrounds, you might want to spec into 2 set, 4 set. Not really sure yet. I will look at that into that further in the season. But if you're playing arenas, 1 set. If you're playing BGs, probably 1 set too. It just allows you to min-max as much haste and versatility as you need, which is what we're playing. So embellishments, what you're going to want is you're going to want 2 times energy redistribution beacon. This just allows you to parse more healing. It's just better than all the embellishments, because all the embellishments are pretty trash, to be honest. You can play like the secondary stat one on the weapon, but I think this is a very, very solid embellishment right here. I would play 2x energy redistribution beacon. Does a lot on details, helps you parse even more healing, and in some shuffles, I've been doing like 1.2 billion healing. You know, I'll pull up my reflex right now, prove that. Like, let's see, 1.23 billion healing shuffle. You know, Mistweaver is going to pump a lot of heals, especially with this build. So basically, I think I've reviewed all the gear. We're running Insignia, no Battlemaster, none of that trash. Full haste versatility, no mastery, no crit, 2x energy redistribution beacon. Don't play any tier unless you have tier gloves, and only play 1 set. If you do, don't go for the 2 set bonus, because it is bad and you're going to lose out on stats that you need. So armory link is going to be in the description. You can like also look at all of my enchants right here. Enchant, yep, 315 haste. We've got 5% mana here. We've got Authority of Radiant Power, 1000 speed, Council's Intellect, Chant of Burning Rapidity, and the gem that you're going to want to run is Cognitive Bloodstone, and this gives you precog. So that's it for gear. Any questions to comment, feel free to answer. I will answer them. There's going to be my armory, so you'll be able to look at my gear by just clicking that link in the description. So should be pretty straightforward to gear your character. And yeah, let's go to the next part of the guide, the bulk of the guide, and that's going to be talents right here. So we open the talent tree and we see this. So these are talents that I'm playing this season. Most likely for the rest of the season, unless they make some changes, which would suck, because there would probably be nerfs to Mistweaver, because Mistweaver, I'd say, is in a pretty good spot right now. I'm pretty happy with it. But right here, we've got the left talent tree. It's pretty much standard, same as last season. Some important things that I'll highlight over is you have your main mobility, which is Chi Torpedo. You got 2 charges of this. You press it, you go forward a little bit, and then you have this talent, which after you press Chi Torpedo, you get like a little double jump off of it. So you see I pop my roll, and then I have my lighter than air. Do that, boom, boom, and you can like double jump. It's really, it's really, really handy for kiting. Then, whenever you press Transcendence, which is a big cooldown for kiting on a Mistweaver monk, you see I can place this, and I can run really, really far away from it, and as long as this button lights up, I can press it, and I can instantly teleport to this location. And now we're spec'd into a talent where we can use it twice, so you can port there. Let's say the warrior leaps on you, then you can press it again. Great ability, Transcendence. Definitely should be used, and you can use it twice. It's great if people try to go you. And now one more thing is that Fortifying Brew is a really strong defensive because of Iron Shell Brew and Nizau's Protection. You get a 25% HP shield when you pop it. You get 30% HP increased, 30% damage reduction. Very strong cooldown. Very strong cooldown. Then let's see any other really important stuff. You got Ring of Peace. Ring of Peace, great ability. Very high skill cap on this ability. You can get so much Ring of Peace value by doing a lot of different things. You can Ring of Peace enemies away from people. You can Ring of Peace your teammate so that enemies can't hit them. Let's say like I have a warrior training me down here. I just drop a Ring of Peace in between me and him. He can't touch me. I can cast, and we're chilling. But other than that, left tree, it's just mostly like very basic stuff that we're picking up. So yeah. Anyways, one more thing. Sure, let's do one more thing. You get this talent. You get an instant cast Vivify every 10 seconds. It's really easy to be able to use this to like cast while moving. See all this? This is a lot of healing that I'm doing, and I'm just running. I'll go over this healing rotation in a second, so don't worry if you're a little confused right now. I'm just overviewing the talents. Now, the hero talents that you're going to play on Mistweaver this season is you're going to play Conduit of the Celestials. Now, you can play both, but I prefer Conduit because, as you can see, a lot of Master of Harmony stuff, it's just passives. You don't, get, any extra abilities or anything, or, it's literally all passive. Now that I look at it, it's all passive, 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 passive. And since, so is this. But you get this ability called Celestial Conduit, and it's basically like an extra defensive cooldown compared to Master of Harmony. Really, the only perk with Master of Harmony is that you get 2x increased Thunder Focus T charges. So you have 2 charges, and I can go over in a little bit why that's not as good as Conduit. So just going over an overview with Conduit, you get this big ability called Celestial Conduit, and this ability got buffed by 50% last week. So this ability does a lot of healing. You can see, let me see if it goes off on these guys. I'm popping it. It doesn't heal on these guys, but it heals for insane 4.7 million ticks. It's actually really high on a healing breakdown. Let's see. I just had a Kotmogu. It's a battleground, so it's a little different, but you can see right here, Celestial Conduit is 5th on my healing. Does a lot of healing, 2.4 mil ticks. It's great cooldown, right there. So that is going to be one of your big abilities, and you can use it while moving. You just run around, you press it, you let it tick, and it does insane amounts of healing. Now, another reason why you play Conduit of the Celestial is Temple Training. Temple Training is absolutely insane. You just get a flat-out 6% buff to Enveloping Mist and Vivify. So that's great. That's insane. Then this you don't really have to worry about that. It's passive. Does a little bit of damage, just like some piss proc. Wouldn't worry about this. Same with this. Wouldn't worry about this. Same with this. Wouldn't worry about this. This is passive. You just get some stats after you press Celestial Conduit. Again, wouldn't worry about that. Not that important. The Strength of the Blackhawks. I'm not the biggest fan of this talent. I think it's kind of annoying when it procs. But basically when it does proc, you do have a reduced cast Enveloping Mist by 50%, and this allows you to just press it and it'll be really fast without like actually casting. And this relies on this proc, of course. So you get this piss proc, and it will give you a 50% enveloping mist reduced cast time, which you can press without pressing soothing mist. So yeah, that's the only time that. So then, you have Heart of the Jade Serpent. Since we're spec'ing the Sheilun's Gift on the right tree, whenever you press Sheilun's Gift, you get cooldown reduction on Thunder Focus Tea and Life Cocoon. So when you play these hero talents, you're getting more Thunder Focus Teas than if you would play Master of Harmony, and you're also getting Life Cocoon cooldown reduction. So you get more Life Cocoons. You get more Life Cocoons, and you get more Thunder Focus Tea when you play this build. Just something to know. So anyways, being last talents, playing Conduit also makes your Fortifying Brew stronger, because you get this 25% HP shield, which is, really, really nice, because you press that, you get a fat little shield, and then you also get the Fortifying Brew buffs on top of that. And then Unity Within, basically, whenever you press your Celestial Conduit to do massive healing, you can, whoever you're targeting, you can press the ability again, and it'll toss a little shield up on them. Just a little extra something. So yeah, now I'm going to review the right tree, and then I'm gonna get over like rotations and how stuff works, and like all that. So enveloping mist, this is your main heal. This should be pop up on the healing meters next to your ancient teachings. If it's not, you're not pressing enveloping mist enough. Okay. You basically want to make sure you have this hot on whoever the team is killing all the time. And then once you do that, you can start pressing Vivify. But basically, this hot is important to have up all the time when people are taking damage. So, yeah. Top healing, one of your top heals, and it also increases healing received from your other spells by 40%. So, if you don't have this applied and somebody's taking damage, you're trolling, okay? Okay, anyways, Renewing Mist. This is like a piss modifier. You pretty much never press Renewing Mist, unless you have like a free global and you have like something to press. Wouldn't worry about this, just a passive. Healing Elixir, when you drop below 40% health, these are gonna proc on you. It's a passive, you just get that extra healing. Just keep in mind that you do have it. It's 15% heals, you have 2 healing elixirs. Yeah. Mana Tea. When you spend mana, you generate procs of Mana Tea, and Mana Tea will give you mana back. Pretty straightforward. You see I have 20 stacks because I've been healing myself a while. It does take a while to pop, but that's because this season we're not spec'd into any Energizing Brew, and definitely not Life Cycles. Life Cycle sucks, but we're not spec'd into Energizing Brew. And I haven't had any issues with mana playing at all. So I wouldn't worry about not being spec'd into this, because this allows you to spec into some other talents, down in the tree. That's, very, very important. I'm not sure what I would drop if I wanted to drop something to pick up this. Probably just like one of these. But anyways, besides the point, we're not spec'd into Energizing Brew. But that doesn't really matter, because, we're not really worried too much about mana, because we got some buffs to mana regeneration, so we generate more mana. Thunder Focus Tea, this is one of your big healing abilities. You're going to be pressing this on cooldown in the arena. If you're not doing that, something's wrong with your rotation. Thunder Focus Tea is a insane, like, pick-me-up button. You get instant cast Enveloping Mists. Like I said, remember, that's your strongest heal. You get free Vivifies. If you're running on mana, you can pop that, and you can pump some free Vivifies into that. And then also lower in the tree, you get Jade Empowerment, so you get Crackling Jade Lightning damage, which pairs with Jade Fire Teachings, allowing you to do a big crackle. I'll get into that later. It's a little bit complicated if you're new to Mistweaver. Just hold on, I'm getting to that. Life Cocoon, this is your big cooldown. It's a cooldown that you use like for one person rather than more. It's a single target, massive shield that also, whenever you press it, you get Enveloping Mist and Renewing Mist applied to the target. So you get a massive shield that's pretty much their whole health bar, and you get Renewing Mist and Enveloping Mist hots that go instantly onto the target and start healing them up. So very strong cooldown. nobody's gonna die through this unless you're playing like a battleground and there's like 8 people focusing on him. Very strong cooldown, great for single target. If you press this on a target, they're not gonna die ever. Okay. Now we have Restoral. This cooldown used to be, yeah, oh man, it used to be 1.5 minutes. It used to top people 0 to 100, but now this is probably this is a horrible cooldown now. Basically does what it says, heals people for 1.4 million, gets poison and disease effects. You're not really doing it to ever get poison and disease effects. You can use this one while stunned. It's a very small heal compared to what it used to be. I'd say it heals maybe like 20 to 30% of your health. But when paired with Peaceweaver, which is this PvP talent, you get magical immunity for 2 seconds. So you can use this to immune like polymorphs, cyclones, repentances, you know, stuff like that. And also it does a lot of healing whenever you have your enveloping mist modifier on a target. So, you know, long cooldown, not a lot of healing. You get a magic reduction when you play Peaceweaver, which is one of the PvP talents that you're going to always play. And then we've got a passive talent here. You're going to make sure you spec into Calming Coalescence instead of Refreshment, because Calming Coalescence makes your life cocoon almost double. So if you play this, you're going to have very small cocoons. Make sure you spec into this. Then right here, sorry guys, I got a drink. I don't usually talk for this long. Then we have Chrysalis, 45-second reduced cooldown on life cocoon. Definitely playing that over like Burst of Life or nothing. Great to have your cocoon back a little faster. Overflowing Mists. This is great. Love this talent. Love this talent. Whenever you have Enveloping Mist up, you know, you get 1.2% of their health in healing each time they take direct damage when it's up. Great talent. There's a lot of healing. Definitely spec into this. Invoke Yulon right here. Love playing Yulon. It's great. You get 50% reduced cost on Enveloping Mist when it's active. You also get Chi Cocoons with, where does it say? Yeah, right. With this talent, it says when activated, Yulon and Chi apply Chi Cocoons to 5 target, absorbing 1.9 million damage. So this is a great thing to, you know, pop in like the opener. You get like a nice little 2 million shield, and especially when it's paired with Jade Bond, this is great talent. So let's like imagine you're in an opener versus like a sub rogue, and you press your Yulon before you get sapped. So you get a 2 million shield on the target, and then on top of that, as soon as Chi Cocoons break, they apply Enveloping Mist. So you pretty much get a 2 million shield and an Enveloping Mist on a target, you know, like when you would like normally be in a sap. So just like an example, Yulon's really good. This combination of 3 is great. Mist Trap, more Enveloping Mist healing. You're always gonna spec into this. If you're not, you're trolling. Okay, this talent's great. Always lock it in. It's just a flat out heal increase. You want that. Now Peer into Peace. This allows you to press Soothing Mist, and you see how I'm targeting myself. I press an Enveloping Mist into myself, and then I can pretty much just hit my Enveloping Mists and heal anybody else who I want, and that's what Peer into Peace does. It also splits up over healing onto people, but it's only with Soothing. It's pretty pissed, but you pretty much only ever use this one to get to Jade. To get to Jadefire Teachings. And what Jadefire Teachings does is it basically allows you to convert damage into heal. Sorry about that, guys. My headset is like tweaking like insanely hard, but we should be back. But anyways, I'm gonna reiterate what I was saying. So Jadefire Teachings allows you to convert damage into healing, and damage is pretty much given to you whenever you press Thunder Focus Tea, thanks to this talent called Jade Empowerment. Makes your Crackling Jade Lightning damage increase by 2,500, and you get that stack right here. You see I have a stack of Jade Empowerment from when I pressed it earlier, and this allows me to press Crackling Jade Lightning, and you see this damage? It's hitting for like 500k, it's cleaving, and it's great damage. And basically, Jade Fire Teachings is going to allow you to convert that damage that you get from Crackling Jade Lightning into healing. So, very important you spec into this. Tea of Serenity, this basically gives you double Thunder Focus Tea. You see, I'll pop this, I'll get my 2 stacks of Thunder Focus Tea, and then I'll get 2 random extra procs. You see my Tea of Serenity, it procced a Renewing Mist and a Vivify. So, you know, you get a little bit of extra proc with your Thunder Focus Tea. It's a great talent, definitely specking into that. Then Rapid Diffusion, basically whenever you press Enveloping Mist, it applies Renewing Mist. And this is good because whenever you press Enveloping Mist, especially your instant cast Enveloping Mists from your Thunder Focus Tea, you get Chi Harmony, which procs, and you see the Renewing Mist increases target healing for you by 50%. So you basically get an extra modifier on top of pressing your Renewing Mist, because Renewing Mist, that's a 40% modifier. You pop Chi Harmony on somebody, and I think in PvP this is like 25% or like 15%, so you get like a lot of, like 55% increased healing with just 1 Enveloping Mist because of Rapid Diffusion. And then Focus Thunder, you know, you get 2 Thunder Focus Tea stacks, you gotta spec into that. Peaceful Mending, you know, blah blah blah. Fear of Morning, it's passive, or healing. Then Shayloon's Gift, this is really important. They made some new changes with the talent tree. You can now spec into instant cast Shayloon's Gift. However, it only heals a single ally, which is fine. It's good. It's great. Spec into Shayloon's Gift right here. Basically, when you're in combat, you generate stacks of Shayloon's Gift, and now it's usually every 8 seconds, but since we're spec'd into this talent, we generate a Cloud of Mist every 4 seconds, and now Shayloon's Gift is going to stack up to 10 stacks doing the most healing, and it does a lot of healing. You can top somebody 0 HP to 100 HP with this instant cast ability that charges to full over 40 seconds. And now you can use this, I would say the recommended amount of stacks that you should use Shayloon's Gift at is 6 to 10. 6 being like the very least amount of stacks that you should ever use a Shayloon's Gift. Now, if you're obviously in a situation where you know you need to press it at like 5 stacks, it's not horrible. It still will do a lot of healing, but it's ideally pressed when you have 6 to 10 stacks of Shayloons. So you can see right here, this stacked to 10 stacks. Let me put some modifiers right here, and let me press it, and you can see it did an 11 million single target heal with just 2 globals. All I did, I popped my Zen Sphere, I popped my Enveloping Mist, and then I popped a Shayloon's Gift, and it hit that target dummy for 11 million, which in PvP, you see right here, I'm going to hit the PvP dummy, that's more than my full health bar. So 6 to 10 stacks, you press this. It's better if you can get your modifiers up for it. Great ability. So now I'm going to go over general healing rotation. Since I've briefly reviewed all of the talents, and you are probably wondering, like, how do I use all of these abilities, you know, together? So your general healing rotation is going to start up with, you know, this PvP talent right here that you're spec'd into. I'm going to run over PvP talents real quick. I forgot to do that. So hold on 1 second. Just going over 2 talents, and then we start healing rotation. So Zen Spheres. This is a great talent. You always play Zen Spheres. You always play Peaceweaver. The only thing that you're ever going to want to drop is like Zen Focus Tea for Eminence. And that's if you're running into something like Sub-Rogue, Shadow Priest, where they don't have like a lot of kicks, and you need to like port in stuns and stuff. But, like, otherwise, if you're not, like, worried about being kicked, I would spec out of Zen Focus Tea. And I'd say, like, if you're playing, like, double caster, you're not really too worried about being kicked because they're, like, spending a lot of their kicks into the casters. So, then I would switch this out for either Absolute Serenity, which basically makes you not CCable during Celestial Conduit, and Celestial Conduit will top your team if you're within 20 yards of them. Because Celestial Conduit has a 20-yard range. You need to get within 20 yards of your target if you want to heal them. And if you're playing this talent, Celestial Conduit is pretty much a free pick your team up from 0 to 100% HP, and you can't get CC'd on it. So yeah, pretty much always play Zen Focus Tea, Peaceweaver, Zen Spheres. I rarely switch these out, but when I do, I'm going to switch them out for Absolute Serenity or Eminence. Eminence more likely switched out into like Sub Rogues or something, but you can also play Absolute Serenity into Sub Rogues. I think both are good. But otherwise, Zen Focus Tea, Peaceweaver, Zen Spheres. Anyways, healing rotation. What you're going to generally want to do is after you get out of the gates, let's say this is like the arena gates right here. I would drop a port on like the start. I would set a statue in the middle, and let's say this is my teammate. I'm going to instantly Zen Sphere him, get a 30-second buff where he receives 15% more healing, also gets it rolling back. I would toss like a Renewing Mist before anybody like attacks or anything, just get that up. And that would be like the opener. You drop your port, you drop your statue, you put a Zen Sphere on whoever you think they're going to kill. You get the statue channel up if you want, is what it is, and that's pretty much your opener. Now, you're probably going to get like stunned or something, so out of that, you usually are going to want to pop Yulon, gives a nice little 2 million Chi Cocoon shield. Couldn't really see it there, but you can see it on me. There we go, Chi Cocoon, 1.9 million damage, and then it'll expire. It'll proc an Enveloping Mist with my other talent. But anyways, what you're going to want to do is you're going to pop Thunder Focus Tea. You're going to want to instantly Enveloping Mist. This gives you a 40% modifier. It procs your Renewing Mist modifier, so that's 25%. That's 65% increased healing, plus the Sphere of Hope is going to be 80% increased healing. And that's just crazy. If just with 2 buttons, I pop my Zen Sphere, and if I have Thunder Focus Tea, I get my instant cast Enveloping Mist, and I get an 80% modifier on this for 80% increased healing. So pretty much you're going to want to make sure you have this up all the time. I would focus on throwing out friendly Zen Spheres over enemy Zen Spheres. You can toss this on an enemy. It'll make them do 5%, 3% less damage and take 10% more damage. So, it's great if you're trying to get aggressive, but I would focus on more so dropping friendly Zen Spheres until you're comfortable to start tossing enemy ones. So yeah, anyways, Zen Sphere always up. Thunder Focus Tea, get your Enveloping Mist. Enveloping Mist should always be up before you press Vivify, because it is your 40% increased healing modifier. So you see right here, if I need to do a lot of healing to somebody, what I'm going to do is, if I don't have Ancient Teachings up, I'm going to Soothing Mist, Enveloping Mist to get this modifier, and then spam Vivify. And this should top somebody very, very fast. Especially when you have a lot more haste, you can pump out a lot more globals. So now, I'm going to go over the truly optimal way to heal somebody. So we have Zen Sphere up, we pop our Thunder Focus Tea, and our Thunder Focus Tea is going to give us a stack of Jade Empowerment, which makes our Crackling Jade Lightning do more damage, and then we're going to use that, and we're going to crackle a target, and this is going to give us Ancient Teachings healing. You see, I did 17.7 million Ancient Teachings healing by just pressing my Crackling Jade Lightning after Thunder Focus Tea. And the reason why you have to do it after Thunder Focus Tea is Thunder Focus Tea gives you a stack of Jade Empowerment, which makes your Crackling Jade Lightning do more damage. So you see right here, 2,500 increased Crackling Jade Lightning damage, and it also AoEs. So just target as many people as you can with this. Like if there's like a clump of pets, I would hit that like over a player to do more healing. And this will do a lot of healing in an arena setting. It will pretty much top somebody. If you Thunder Focus Tea, Enveloping Mist, Crackling Jade Lightning, an enemy, you get a lot of Ancient Teachings healing. Is going to top somebody. So that's pretty much like the optimal rotation. Now, if you don't have Thunder Focus Tea up and you're trying to get to like your next Thunder Focus Tea, I would just be making sure that we have Enveloping Mist up and we're getting Vivifies out, Enveloping Mist, we're pressing our Zen Spheres. If we have Yulon, we're pressing that on cooldown. And then if you need to press a cooldown, I would go Life Cocoon first for the most part. And then you can use your Celestial Conduit to get cooldown reduction. You see right there, my Life Cocoon went from like 1 minute to like 30 seconds, but it's actually a lie. It's going to fix in a second, and it's roughly like a 1 minute cooldown Life Cocoon, which is really close to BFA. The shortest Mistweaver Life Cocoon has been is like 55 seconds, and you were going pretty close to that with Celestial Conduit cooldown reduction. You see right here, I have 10 stacks of Shayloon's Gift. If my teammate really needs heals, I'm going to pop that 10 stack right there, and it's going to give me even more cooldown reduction on that life cocoon. And I'm pretty much back to another life cocoon in like 25 seconds. Roughly like a 50-second cooldown life cocoon with all of these cooldown reductions. And your cooldown reductions, remember, they come from Celestial Conduit, and they come from a 10-stack Shayloon's Gift. Anything less will not proc your cooldown reduction. So that's why it's always best to press your Shayloon's Gift at 10 stacks. Obviously, if you have 9 stacks, you can press it, and it will remember those stacks. So all you have to do is press a piss little 1 stack, and it'll proc your cooldown reduction. So that's just something to keep in mind. So yeah, a lot of cocoon cooldown reduction, which pretty much means that if you're gonna trade a cooldown first, it's most likely going to be life cocoon because you get a lot of cooldown reduction. Obviously, play it out like how you would normally play it. You know, if it's better to press conduit in the scenario because you just need to press it. You get Thunder Focus T cooldown reduction. It's not horrible. See right here, my Thunder Focus T is coming back. And a lot of the times, I actually don't press Cocoon first. I go for Celestial Conduit first. But that's just something to think about. So, yeah, that's the cooldown reduction that you get. It's very important. This makes Conduit a lot better than Master of Harmony because you do get 20% increased healing from Master of Harmony, but that is going to get out healed a lot by the 6% enveloping Vivify, the Celestial Conduit, and the more Thunder Focus Ts that you get, because having 2 Thunder Focus Ts isn't really that good, because they just go on cooldown, and you're going to be recharging. It's kind of hard to explain, but just trust me, Conduit's better. So yeah, anyways, basic healing rotation, always have your Enveloping Mist up, that's your top heal. If somebody's ever dying, you're going to want to make sure to have this buff up, 40% increased healing. It'll proc with Rapid Diffusion to get you 65% more healing. And if you have your Spear of Hope up on that target, that's 80% increased healing overall. You're going to make sure you have those modifiers. In order, I would say if you have 0 modifiers on a target and they're taking a lot of damage, the first thing I would go for is Soothing Mist, Enveloping Mist. This is the fastest way to top somebody. You don't need the orb up. The orb is more of a preemptive thing. If you need to do a lot of healing, I'm not instantly going for a Zen Sphere. I'm going for Enveloping Mist, Crackle if you have the proc from Thunder Focus T, or just Soothing Mist, Enveloping Mist into Vivify spam is the fastest way to heal somebody up. Now, that is pretty much it for like basic like healing rotation. I will put out some gameplay videos, where you can just watch how the spec plays in an arena match, and I think I'll do like one of those in like the next day or something, so you can look at my channel for that to see like furthermore like how a Mistweaver like actually heals in an arena based on off what I can just tell you, like healing PvEing target dummies. And then on top of that, there will be a gameplay video, and then I'd like to make a video where I explain like why I did the globals that I did in an arena. So look for those videos if you're still a little bit confused on how to heal on a Mistweaver monk. Otherwise, I would say that's going to be it for your basic rotation as a Mistweaver. So again, that's going to be it for the guide. If you have any questions, put them in the comments. I am more than happy to answer every question. But yeah, that is going to be my guide for haste versatility, Crackle cast weaving build. And I hope you guys enjoyed. I put a lot of effort in this. Hope it's informative. You know, I've been flamed for some of my guides in the past. I hope this one's, like, at least up to par with, you know, your guys' expectations. You know, I'm always looking to improve. Anything in the comments, more than appreciated. But anyways, thanks for watching. Hope this helped. There'll be, join my Discord, live on Twitch every day. You can ask me questions there, on Discord, on Twitch, anywhere. I'm free to help and answer. Gameplay reviews video coming soon, as well as just a gameplay video that you guys can watch, just to get an idea on how to play Mistweaver. Hope this guide helped. Armory link in the description, talents in the description. Discord in the description, Twitch in the description. Like, subscribe, do all that. And I will see you guys soon. So, yeah, thanks for watching. Peace.